everyone, it's Maddie, and it's time for a long overdue book haul.
Book haul.
These are all of the books I have collected since the end of the school year. So that's from May until December. We're going to do a very large collective haul because I know I'm going to probably get a lot of books for my birthday and Christmas and want to haul those in a separate haul. And here we have a lot to haul. And I don't remember the order of any of these, so I'm just gonna show them to you and tell you about them. You know hauls. City of Heavenly Fire by Cassandra Clare. This is the final installment in the Mortal Instruments series, and this is a monster of a book. It's so frightening how large it is. Wow, it's over 700 pages, and I bought this a day before it actually came out at Walmart because I needed to have it, and I still haven't read it yet. Salvage by Alexandra Duncan. I bought this because I went to a signing for Alexandra Duncan back in, I honestly don't remember back when, but I bought this for a signing for Alexandra Duncan back a long time ago, and I actually got to see Cassidy Von Shea once again because we both went to this signing, and afterwards we went and filmed some videos at her house, so I'll link those down below because those were really fun. The next book I was sent for review from the author of Breakable Things by A. Lyndon Rowland. I actually read this and reviewed it already, and it was fabulous. It's about a girl who dies. But the girl who dies goes to this afterworld, and the afterworld is awesome. It's one of the best explorations of afterlife that I have seen in a book ever, and it's wondrous. And if you have not read this, please go read it because it's not a very well-known book, and it should be because it is wonderfully written and wonderfully told, and I devoured it. The Infinite Sea by Rick Yancey. This is the second book in the Fifth Wave trilogy. This book is so much shorter than the Fifth Wave. The Fifth Wave was almost 500 pages, and this one is exactly 300, I want to say. I did not like this one as much as the Fifth Wave because it was kind of confusing to understand and there was not a lot of action. I was a little let down, and I feel really bad because the Fifth Wave was so good. It's being made into a movie also, and I'm so pumped. Chloe Grace Moretz is playing Cassie, and I love her so much. And there are some unknowns playing the guys, so I'm excited to see some unknowns finally in a young adult adaptation. Cool thing about this book is that my friend Erin and Gabby from this channel got together and they bought me this book, and they bought it because it was around the time of homecoming. And so on the inside they wrote, "Any guy would be lucky to go with you, but since they've all lost their minds, HC 2K14 with your bestest friends." And then they wrote some book quotes in there. Erin says, "Erin, good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. This is the ideal life. Mark Twain." And Gabby wrote, "If you have 2 friends in your lifetime, you're lucky. If you have 1 good friend, you're more than lucky. S.E. Hinton." I thought that was just the sweetest thing ever for them to get this for me. The next book I was sent by HarperCollins to review actually because it was our Bookbuster Book of the Month in August. It was our Bookbuster Book of the Month in August. Free to Fall by Lauren Miller. I absolutely adored this book. It was a little slow at first, but it explored technology and the consciousness and the difference between like right and wrong. I'm going to link the Bookbusters chat down below so you can go watch that and see all of our feelings on it. The next book I was sent to review by Penguin because it was our October Bookbusters Book of the Month. The Young Elites by Marie Lu. I have a review on this, so I'll link that down below too, but this is Marie Lu's venture into the fantasy world. It's a really different fantasy world. It's dark. Siege and Storm by Leigh Bardugo. This is the sequel to Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. It's the second book in the Grisha trilogy, and the Grisha trilogy is about a girl named Alina who lives in a world where there are people called Grisha who have special powers. I have a review on the first book and also the second book, so I'll link both of those down below as well. The next book I was sent quite a long time ago, prior to its release actually. On Twitter, the publishing company was having a little retweet contest, so if you retweeted it and your name got picked, you ended up winning the book. The Body in the Woods by April Henry. I'm not exactly sure what it's about. I think it's a mystery, a murder mystery probably, and it came out around June. This is an advanced copy of it. I'm sure the new copies look basically the same except in hardcover. The next 2 books Gabby gave to me because she procured hardcover copies of both of them, and I'm very grateful to have them now because my series is completed, not in hardcover because one is hardcover and 2 are paperback, but it looks fine and I love it. I'm so happy to have copies of them. Clockwork Angel and Clockwork Prince by Cassandra Clare. It completes my Clockwork trilogy. Look, the Infernal Devices trilogy is now complete, and I'm so happy about that because I love these books so very much. They're so good. So good. If you haven't read them, Why? Go do it, go. The next book I was sent by the author because I had requested to review it, Chaos by Lainey Bross. I, a little over a year ago, won the ARC to the first book in this series, Fates by Lainey Bross, and this is the sequel, Chaos by Lainey Bross, and this comes out January of next year, so I have to get on this, read it, and review it. I plan on reading Fates once again, reviewing that, and then reading this and reviewing that as well. I remember really enjoying Fates, thinking it was a fantastic new fantasy. I'm hoping the conclusion to the duology does it justice. The next 3 books I got all at the same time because Barnes & Noble was doing a lovely thing where it was buy 2 get 1 free, so of course you can't pass something up like that. Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Alir Sains. The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer by Michelle Hodkin. Between the Lines by Jodi Picoult and Samantha Van Leer. Don't you hate it when authors' names are bigger than the book title? Because it looks like this book is called Jodi Picoult, but no, it's called Between the Lines, and that's not cool. There are drawings on the inside. It's beautiful. It's like a storybook. It's so awesome. And then of course there's The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer, which is creeptastic. Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. I got about 170 pages into this and then I stopped because I wasn't feeling it. I really liked it, I just wasn't feeling it at the moment and I picked up something else, but I plan on reading this again. Look at all these awards. There's 4 of these, and so it must be a good book. I'm really looking forward to seeing if the rest of the book lives up to the first half of the book and also lives up to these awards. The next book is an adult book, The Thinking Woman's Guide to Real Magic. My mom got this from Barnes & Noble, read it, really loved it, and said I should probably read it because it's pretty good. The blurb says, if Hermione Granger had been an American who never received an invitation to Hogwarts, this might have been her story. So that intrigues me because you know I love Hermione Granger and I love the Harry Potter series. The next 3 books I got at a book festival back in the beginning of November, and I actually got to meet one of these authors. Anna Dressed in Blood by Kendar Blake, Beware the Wild by Natalie C. Parker, and Between Shades of Grey by Ruta Sepetys. I got to meet Ruta Sepetys. This is, I believe, set during the time of the Holocaust, but it's set in Lithuania. Beware the Wild by Natalie C. Parker is set in the swamps of Louisiana, and it's about a girl whose brother goes missing and then is replaced by a girl whom everyone seems to know, but she's never seen before in her life. Anna Dressed in Blood is about Anna, who is dressed in blood. Not exactly sure at all what this is about, but it looks creepy and great, and I like creepy books. Nobody. I think this is about an assassin, and that sounds pretty cool. I read The Naturals during the summer and absolutely adored it, and if this book is anything like that book, I'm sure I will adore it too. The next 2 books I won off of a Twitter contest where I basically retweeted a tweet and won, so yay. I have 2 copies of Kid Presidents. This was sent to me from Quirk Books because I won the little giveaway on Twitter. These are stories about the kid versions of the presidents and I guess their lives, and there's illustrations, and I got some posters. They're pretty cool, and I like history, so I'm excited to read these. All the Truth That's in Me by Julie Berry. This was our Bookbuster Book of the Month for September, I want to say. I'll link that down below. I was unable to participate in the live show because I wasn't feeling well, and I also have not read this book. I actually got about 80 pages in, and I was really unimpressed. I plan on reading it at some point because I was sent it by Penguin, and I really should review it, but I just was not feeling it at the time. I wasn't really impressed, and so I decided I was gonna put it down and pick it up again later. Dream Boy by Madeline Rosenberg and Mary Crockett. This was our Bookbuster Book of the Month for November. I also wasn't able to participate in this live show because I was sick, and it was a shame because I really enjoyed this book and would have loved to talk about my feelings on it, but here I'll talk about them now. I loved this. It was so different and intriguing, and the characters were great, and the main character loved to draw, and I love to draw, so that was cool. One thing I had an issue with was how accepting everybody was of this major secret that the character told. Finally, I have Frostbite by Rochelle Mead. This is the sequel to Vampire Academy by Rochelle Mead, and I am loving the Vampire Academy series so very much. The first book was amazing, and I had to immediately go and get Frostbite because it's so good. Like, this series is a wonderful take on vampires, and I haven't read a vampire series since Twilight, and I needed a new vampire series, and this is it. This was that series. It's so good. I cannot wait to read the rest of the series because it's amazing, and I actually was a pretty big fan of the Vampire Academy movie. A lot of people didn't like it, but I really enjoyed it. I thought the humor was great, the acting was really good, the minor changes they made were okay. I was a little iffy on some of the changes they made because they seemed unnecessary, but I really liked a lot of stuff about that movie, and I wish they were making Frostbite, but it didn't do well enough for a Frostbite. So tier. That was my collective book haul. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. I'm Maddie. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Yeah. Ooh, I did it. Oh, I feel like a ninja. I'm holding all my books. Let's go. Ooh. Help me. Help me. Help me.
What do you want me to do?
Just take them off. Take them off.
Take one off.
Okay, we're done.